It's like, what were you doing with my drapes? The drapes that were hanging in the apartment. I never got the answer to that. Hi, this is Kari, and we're going to take a moment and talk about red flags when someone's applying. Well, first of all, the first thing you want to do when someone calls in, you want to send them a list of qualifications. That way you're not wasting their time and your time, and they can see what your expectations are before they apply for the apartment, because one thing you don't want to do is waste their money applying for an apartment they don't qualify for. Red flags: if they ignore your qualifications and submit an application anyways and then are pressuring for you to take it, that's a red flag. If they want to offer you cash or pay a year up front, that's a red flag. It's against the law. If they have an address on their utility bill that is different from the one that's on their driver's license, which is different than the one on their credit report, this is a red flag. You need to look into that. They don't want to submit bank statements because they're too private. That's a red flag. These are all things that you want to look for before you rent to somebody. I think fraud has become so prevalent right now that you really want to take the extra steps to make sure that you've got a good person. At Sky Properties, we even call their employer by looking up the number through Google. And we call the employer and we ask for the person that's applying, just to make sure it's actually them that's applied for the apartment. Only once have we had it not be them, but it just takes once to cost a lot of money. So if they are complaining that you're asking for too much information, that what you want to do is turn that around and say, we are asking for this information to make sure you are who you say you are and that you will do what you say you're going to do. And we do that for everybody in the building, and that way we place good people in the building that you're here living with. So eventually you'll grow to appreciate that. So the other thing I would say to watch out for is if someone comes and says, I'm looking for somebody else, or they say that the apartment's for them and then they accidentally slip and say, well, let me ask so-and-so about what they want. You want to look for those red flags as well, because you need to be very clear to the people moving in that if they're not moving in, that the keys will not be given to someone different other than that person. If we find out that someone else is living in the apartment, that is going to be grounds for eviction. Last but not least, if it's a relative or friend that's rushing you to rent them an apartment, run. That's my advice.